Hey Kevin.
Oh,
Hey Kevin, how are you?
great. Ready for a new week.
Am I audible?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a bit disturbing in the middle. And
What?
I can't hear you properly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now. It's better. Yeah. Thanks. So I created these power queries here. Okay. So what I did, I just replicated the logic for those two stored procedures that we already have. The one is sss.getPosition beta underscore fabric. That is for I use this for position beta's power query, and sss.getPosition shocks fabric. I use this for position shocks power query. Okay, so whatever logic we implemented in these two stored procedures, I replicated the same while creating these two power queries. Okay, and I applied all those steps here. So far, so good. It is working fine. So one is this one. So you mentioned previously like this one, right? So why do we have this source and why we are listing? Because we are just listing the tables there. We are not executing any kind of queries. So then that is fine. But in original store procedure, what we did, so we fetched the data from this view. Okay, we use this view for last 7 days. So I replicated the same here, and again we are merging here in this Power Query data flow Gen 2. That is for position shocks. Is it fine, or do I need to do anything here?
Wait, it's a single query or is it two different queries?
Just
The ETF and
was one single query right here. I'm not using any different queries.
no, in
Uh,
production.
uh, Sorry, I'm unable to understand.
In production.
In production, currently we just have one single query, and I will show you. Okay, so if I can go here, uh, I do have position shocks here. Okay, and position shocks, I'm just using this one store procedure here. Okay, here I do have all the logic, and I'm copying the data in warehouse. Okay, and we do have all the logic whatever implemented here only in this one store procedure.
Position shocks, huh?
Yeah.
I have a sneaky suspicion that it's two different. Okay.
Okay, and
Oh, no, no. One moment. One moment. One moment.
okay.
Um, so let me print screen. Where's the chat here? Chat? All right. This is production. Production means that we're using it in production, not in development, not what Nika's using. In production. Production, the ETFs are split out from the single line positions.
So but these are the partitions, right? These are the
Yeah.
partitions. So partitions can't handle
Yeah.
in Dataflow Gen 2. That is
So why there's multiple reasons for the reason that they're split out. First one, reason number one is that um, the data may come at separate times,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And number two is that just the efficiency of loading it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so definitely needs to be split out into two different activities.
That's true. That's true. But we had a discussion with Microsoft in the last week, and I
Mhm.
also asked these pointers. So, if it is not supporting partitions, then what can be done? What would be the best practice? So, this is still the same approach. Maybe we can use the partitions in our tabular model. That is one
Well,
thing.
how would you? Let's think this through. I mean, how would you if there's no concept called partitions, and you have an SQL
Yeah,
table, right?
yeah,
This is a table in SQL,
yeah.
and you want to load data in parallel, asynchronous, or whatever it is, right?
Okay.
So I have source one, source two, and they have different parameters.
Yeah.
How do you approach it?
So maybe I can use the timing with an incremental load will be one of the approach. Please correct me if I'm
Uh,
wrong.
there's no such thing as incremental load in
Yeah.
SQL Server.
Okay. Then
Go back
uh,
to your roots. What did you learn in the university?
in that case, or
I need to
so
replace data. So I have data. I want to replace it.
yeah.
What do you do?
So maybe I will find out such kind of columns. So then I will make some kind of groups, and accordingly I will identify the.
How about this? Uh, so if I were to write a store procedure, I would first thing I'd do is I'd start a transaction.
Hmm,
Then I would delete all the rows within the parameters, and then I would insert the rows within those parameters, right?
yeah, yeah,
I might have a staging table in between.
yeah.
I just don't know how to approach that inside of Fabric.
Okay, 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 okay.
Would that make the most sense? I mean, isn't that kind of what you do with the partition anyway?
Yeah, yeah. So that absolutely makes the sense. We can think in that direction in that case. Okay, I mean, whatever I got, first of all, I thought, show it to you, then we will move ahead. And apart from that, I also asked Microsoft for the best practice to implement the partition,
Yeah, I
business
mean
partitions and all.
that's fine. I mean, we just can't deviate from the business requirement
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you have an inconvenience.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, then we will make progress in this direction, whatever we discussed. Okay. But yeah, to develop the logic, um, can I take the reference of those stored procedure? It is fine, right? Whatever I did as of now, or do I need to include any other things in the logic? Because we do have stored procedure, and I thought if I can take the reference of those already created stored procedure, that will be the best thing because we already completed some sort of work.
So
Yes.
what's happening inside the store procedure? Let
Okay,
me see
okay,
here.
okay, okay, okay.
Position, shock, P&L, unpivot. This is interesting. Start and end date.
So we are just loading 7 days of data there, and I use the same.
What's in the store procedure?
We are loading 7 days of data right there. So from date to date, we are loading just 7 days of data. Can I open the stored procedure?
Yeah,
Here, open it.
I'm getting a little confused here because I don't see how the ETFs are. That's pulling from a view in production.
That is here. SSMS, sorry. I will open it.
So, where'd you get this? Get a store procedure from? There's
Here.
no procedure. It's just two views.
103 server. And if I can go here, yeah, see here a position beta. I will open position shocks.
But that's not production. I don't have anything in Fabric in production.
That is, this is a server, right? We are using this one because everything is referencing to this one, 103.
Production server. That doesn't mean that we're using that source in production.
So which one is production? Where should I take the reference then? Because in current Fabric development, everywhere this is the reference. See here.
Have you tried to open up the analysis services model inside of Visual Studio yet?
Yeah, I have opened that as well.
That's production.
So
Also,
I have this one. I will show you.
I mean, you can get any partition definition in production server, right?
Yeah. It's opening.
Hmm.
Okay, this is the store procedure. I took the reference that we already have, and currently I just use the same. I replicated there. Use the logic, and we can check out partition definitions. This is my position shocks, right? This one. Okay, this one. This is the current one. Please correct me if I'm referencing something wrong. But
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So two things.
Yeah.
First of all, since they're pretty much different and you handle them different, we can, in our data warehouse, we can have two different tables, one for the positions, one for the ETF positions, right?
Yeah.
And then in that situation, what do I need a data flow for? Because there's no additional logic that's needed.
Okay.
Like all we're doing it in this situation is for a union, and the only reason that I asked for a Power Query data flow was because when we're going into the semantic model, we need to do joining on the positions data, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe if we're just loading the data warehouse, we don't use data flows.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this before, right?
Yeah. Then okay. Then these are the partitions. Then our our search of our topic for R&D will be in how to make such kind of partitions with Dataflow Gen 2, right?
Yeah,
Or
it's not a requirement.
yeah,
In any of this, it's not really a requirement because I can write a store procedure or a view out of the data warehouse as well
yeah.
to get the data into the semantic model,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I think for this particular purpose, we can abandon data flows. It doesn't give us any leverage here, unless you think that it gives us leverage in some way.
Yeah.
You tell me.
No, I mean, whatever we discussed, that is absolutely true. I mean, why we need Dataflow Gen 2. Okay. Uh,
Why do we need it? I don't know. You tell me.
okay. So, first of all, how do we need to load the data, right? I mean, why partitions are needed, right? To implement our logic. That is one thing. Second thing, do we have joining conditions, right? Positions and shocks. If I'm loading position shocks, and we do have directly on the semantic model, right? And that's the reason. So just because of those couple of reasons, we are abandoning our current pipeline logic and we are moving to data flows. Am I missing anything?
We're abandoning what? What was the last piece? What
Mean
was the
means
last
no no
sentence?
no mean why we are searching for data flow Gen 2, right?
Okay, no. My original thought there was that creating notebooks and
Yeah.
copy activities and whatnot seemed a little bit cumbersome.
Hmm.
Um, when you can essentially build some type of a data flow there. Okay,
Okay.
um, where you have multi steps, and then you have output into tables, and then you also pick that up at a later step. But when you have a little bit of complexity, but it doesn't appear like data flows is really going to help us with that.
Yeah. But see, I already got some sort of limitations, but whatever pointers we discussed, I will also think, okay. And in if need, if it is required, then we will also take inputs from Microsoft. What can be
Yeah.
done on that, okay. But yeah, let me search for whatever we discussed as of now, okay. Or
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow we will again have a call on
You
that,
know,
okay.
yeah. I'm going to try to get Kanik on the line. I want to review like kind of like the different phases of this project.
Yeah. See, whatever data flow Gen 2 is it
Because
has
you're creeping too deep into what Kanika's responsible for. So let me get a Zoom set up, and then I'll invite both of you.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it has some sort of limitations as well, okay. So if it can be possible on the by using this, then we can go ahead with this. Otherwise, we'll go with some sort of alternatives. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It
But
might help us.
sure,
It
sure.
might help us with
Please.
loading into
Yeah.
directly into the semantic model,
Yes. That is
but it
what.
doesn't seem like it's going to help us load the data warehouse.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let me set this up.
Sure. Yeah. And I will also get something